In the heart of a small town called Real del Monte, hidden in the hills of Hidalgo, there was a restaurant known as the Oblivion. Its location was peculiar, perched at the end of a foggy hill, where the night mist grew so dense that you could barely see a few feet ahead. The strange thing about the diner wasn't its menu, but its hours. It only opened from midnight to 3:33 a.m., and its fame came from one mysterious dish, the Feast of Silence. The locals avoided the restaurant at all costs. Rumors swirled that those who ate there were never the same, or worse, they vanished, without a trace. But for outsiders, the mystery was irresistible. One such outsider was Mark, a traveler fascinated by urban legends, determined to debunk them. When he heard about the Oblivion, he knew he had to visit. Mark arrived just before midnight. The building was decrepit, with grimy windows and a flickering neon sign. Upon entering, the air was thick with a strange aroma, a mix of spices and something metallic that Mark couldn't place. The room was nearly empty except for a few patrons eating in complete silence, their eyes fixed blankly on their plates as if unaware of their surroundings. A woman dressed in black, her face expressionless and her hands thin as branches, greeted him. Without a word, she led him to a corner table and placed a menu in front of him. Oddly, the menu contained only one item, the Feast of Silence. Without hesitation, Mark ordered it. When the dish arrived, it looked like an ordinary stew, but the aroma was intoxicating. With the first bite, Mark felt a flood of sensations, memories of his childhood, his first love, and the death of his mother, all crashing into him at once. It was as if the food was digging into the deepest corners of his mind. Then, the atmosphere shifted. The air grew colder, and the quiet murmurs of the other diners turned into a low, collective hum. Mark glanced around and noticed that everyone was staring at him, including the woman who had served him. Their faces were pale, their mouths moving in unison, whispering words he couldn't understand. When he tried to stand, his legs refused to move. At that moment, a man emerged from the kitchen. He was tall, his face gaunt, with hollow eyes that seemed to pierce through Mark. The man approached slowly, holding a rusted kitchen knife. Mark's heart pounded, but no sound escaped. His lips. The man stared down at him and said, "Those who taste this dish must pay the price." The next morning, the restaurant was gone. The locals said it was normal for the Oblivion to disappear for weeks, only to resurface in another town. When asked about the patrons who dined there, they would only reply, "They stay with the restaurant." If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, share it with someone who loves to be scared, and tell us in the comments what stories you'd like us to share next. Thank you for your support.